days. 6 days. Write down 6 days and write it right on the back of your page. 6 days. There are 6 working days until the end of the first half of 2014. 6 working days to the end of the first half of 2014. So there's 2 ways to look at this. A, time is running out, and B, we still have time. Can you still list a house in 6 working days? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely. Can you actually list a house and put it in escrow in 6 working days? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely. And if you've got the right buyer, the right deal, and a cash transaction, you actually could get a paycheck next Monday, the last day of the month. So the truth is, yes, time is running out, but there's still opportunity to do another deal or 2 or 3. And remember, the efforts you do today will actually pay you tomorrow. So if you even don't get a deal in the next 6 working days, you still might create some leads that might turn into some listings or some appointments, and you could work on that, and you'll have that in the near future. Okay? So I wrote down here, there is a direct relationship between self-discipline and self-esteem. Think about that. There is a direct relationship between self-discipline and self-esteem. The more you practice self-mastery and self-control, the more you like and value yourself. The more you control yourself, the more you like yourself. The more you discipline yourself, the greater is your sense of self-respect and personal pride. Okay, so wait a minute. So there's a direct relationship between self-discipline and self-esteem. The more I'm disciplined, the more I do what I say I'm going to do, more often, the better I feel about who? Myself. The better you feel about yourself, the more you're apt to do. You guys get this? Yes. That's the circle. The better I feel about myself, the more I'm apt to do. By the way, is the converse true? If I don't feel good about myself, I tend not to do what I'm supposed to do. So I wrote down, the more you practice self-discipline, the better you self-image, the better you see yourself and think about yourself in a more positive way. You feel happier and more powerful as a person. If you're happier and more powerful as a person, does that translate positively or negatively into business? Positively. You feel good about yourself, you're smiling, you're happy, there's a little bit of a bounce in your step, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. When things aren't going your way, you're kind of down, your energy's down. You know, I'm never going to list a house again, ever in my entire career. Okay? No one's ever going to buy another house from me, ever. This is horrible. Sometimes we feel that way, right? Say yes. Absolutely. But what we need to be working on a constant basis is working on those little self-disciplines, those little things that can make us feel a little bit better, then we feel better about ourselves, and then that plays out very, very well. I wrote down here, your ability to discipline yourself, to set clear goals for yourself, and then work toward them every single day will do more to guarantee your success than any other single factor. I'm going to say that again, okay? Because I do believe in this statement. Your ability to discipline yourself, to set clear goals for yourself, and then work toward them. Set a clear goal. Decide what you want, and then work toward it. And remember, it's baby steps consistently, not giant steps occasionally, is what we're talking about. Work on that one script. Work on previewing a few properties. Work on going and seeing some expireds. You know, kind of a side story here. There are agents in the company that actually have taken to heart previewing property, seeing 20 to 25 houses a week, and have done this for a couple of months. It's crazy. They actually do it. Isn't that funny? There's a few of you, okay? And in every single case, because of their self-discipline, their self-esteem, and when they walk into a listing and they walk into an opportunity, or they talk to a client at an open house, or somebody in the supermarket about property in a particular area, they have seen, and they know they have, every single property listed for sale in the last 2 or 3 months. If you saw every property listed for sale in X area over the last 2 or 3 months, how good would you feel about yourself talking to a client? Hello? Good. Fabulous, right? Amazingly powerful. And would that come across to the client in a positive way or a negative way? Positive. Positive way. Your ability to discipline yourself to set clear goals. So the discipline is to do the activity. The clear goals are to go see and preview 5 houses a day, 5 days a week. That's what we're talking about. Something simple like that. Something very simple. And you do this every day, do more to guarantee your success than any other single factor. Write that down, circle it, underline it, and focus in on it. Then I wrote down here, let's look at the definition of discipline. Discipline is training that corrects. Training that corrects, molds, or perfects. Control gained by enforcing obedience or order. Orderly pattern of behavior. Self-control. Well, those are terrible words. I mean, that means a lot of stuff. I wrote down here, no wonder we avoid discipline. Training that corrects, molds. I don't want to be molded. I am an independent contractor. You can't tell me what to do. Yes, it's true, I'm starving to death. Yes, it's true, I'm behind 2 payments on my car. Yes, it's true, I don't have the money to pay for my child's education. However, you can't tell me what to do. How's that working for you? Anyone here from a corporate background? Like a major 500 company, Fortune 500 company, anyone? Anyone work for anyone else in their career? Okay. Sorry?
Period of time.
Period of time. Sort of a period of time. Anyone like have a civil service job or a job with the government or in the military? Anyone like that? So, okay. So, question. Did you have to be on time for work?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have to do a certain set of activities in a given day or week? Was there something lined out for you, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Could you take off anytime you wanted, like maybe when your kids were sick or maybe when you had to go take one of the kids to batting practice or karate practice or if you had a flat tire, could you take the rest of the day off?
No. No.
We have to be on time in the corporate world. We got a paycheck. Some of us had to do this for a pretty low paycheck. Compared to what we earn in the real estate business, it was a very small paycheck. And yet, in the real estate business, we're independent contractors. No one can tell us what to do. We can be late. We cannot show up. We cannot do our job. We cannot return phone calls. We could not preview property. We could not talk to expireds. We could not call a client and tell the client we're going to be there at 3 o'clock so that they can have the house clean so to preview our client doesn't show up, and we don't bother to call the client and tell them that our client didn't turn up. We just Forget about it. You did that in corporate America. How well would that go over with your supervisor? Could be fired pretty quickly, right? Yeah. You get like, how many shots at that? Maybe one? Maybe. Maybe one, maybe two. I believe as independent contractors, we have to work on bringing that discipline into our real estate world. Show up on time. Be early for an appointment. Make sure we do what we say we're going to do. When we tell a client that we're going to do X, here's a new one, actually do it. Write that down. Discipline. Creating the discipline that needs to do. So I wrote down here, what's the word discipline? Doing the things you don't want to do. Doing something that needs to be done whether you want to or not. It means you have to set things to do daily, and you actually do them. I wrote down here, discipline is something I do daily. I think you should write that down. Because we need to be disciplined on a daily basis. And I think at some level, we don't think so. Not everyone. Yet, if you look at one of the key ingredients to any superstar, any agent that makes it in quote-unquote a big way in our business, you will find that part of their foundation, part of the core of what they do, feeds back to discipline. Yes or no? Yes. In every case. They are more disciplined than people who don't do what they're supposed to do. So I wrote down here, the question is, where does discipline come from? I believe it comes from within. I believe that there is discipline within every single one of us at some degree or another. There are disciplines in us. It comes from practice. It comes from your environment. Discipline is just a decision that starts with baby steps. Remember, baby steps consistently, not giant steps occasionally, are going to get us to where we need to go. I wrote down here, how do we get it and how do we keep it? And I think this is a big point. We have to hang around others who are disciplined and be like them. Hang around people who are disciplined and be like them. One of the drawing points, one of the things that agents are attracted to in our company is that, in fact, as an organization, we're very disciplined. We are attractive to people in that way. If you're not disciplined and you don't want to be disciplined and you don't care about getting to the next level in an orderly manner, then we won't work for you. It doesn't happen. If you're looking for that, you're looking for growth, then that's what you want, and that's what you want to be around. You want to be around like-minded people going in that direction. We are not a group of people that are not focused on working hard. Agents in this company are focused on working hard. I like that. I like working next to shoulder with somebody that's looking to work hard. I can help that person. It's very difficult to help somebody that doesn't have that same mindset, that's looking for the quote-unquote easier way. Let me ask you guys something. Is there really an easier way?
No.
Hello?
No.
Okay, you don't really believe that, though, do you? There's got to be. This is hard. This is a pain. But the truth is, at the end of the day, if you're looking to grow and to go to the next level, it requires daily discipline in areas that you're really not excited about going and doing. And yet, when you do you get better or not?
Yes.
Absolutely. And when you get better, how do you feel about yourself? Hello? So, discipline works on your self-esteem. See, even though I set it over here on the first page, now I'm down here on the fourth page, and it's still working. Pretty good, huh? I wrote down here, start small. Pick one thing that you see that you could improve at and be better at with a little bit of discipline. Now, maybe it's in the world of fitness and working on weights. Maybe you normally do 5 push-ups a day, start doing 6 tomorrow. Normally, you run for 10 minutes, make it for 12 minutes. I mean, just as a side note, when I was 40 years old, I started running, and for no particular reason except to try to stay in shape. And as I started, I'd never run before in my life. And I got on a treadmill, and I said, I'm going to run at just a jog, and I'm going to do this for 10 minutes. Okay? It was right over here in the City of Industry at the gym. And I ran for 10 minutes. And I have to tell you, for the next 2 days, I didn't know if I was going to live or die. True story. True story. I did the 10 minutes, which was a really stupid goal to begin with because it should have been 5. Okay? But because it was a goal and I was going to do it, and it seemed ridiculous that I couldn't do 10 minutes, and I was exhausted. Sweat pouring, and I wasn't in bad shape, so I thought. So I thought, 10 minutes. So I was 44 years old. And worked on that. And the next 2 days later, when I came back to it, I went for 11 minutes. This is a true story. Went for 11 minutes. A couple days later, went for 12 minutes. A few days later, got up to 20 minutes. I was rocking. Stayed at 20 for a few days because I couldn't go to 21. I couldn't imagine that. But then got past 21, 25, 30, 35, 40. I had 45 minutes one day. Damn near the whole gym was applauding. You know, it was like, whoa, Rocky, man! 12 months, almost to the day, I completed my first marathon. 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. To complete the marathon took me a little over 5 hours. Not a great run in terms of time. The people who, the winners of the marathon, they were sitting and having beer for 2.5 hours by the time I came in, okay? It took them 2.5 hours to do what I did in about 5.5 hours. But the point is, the total point, is it was a baby. I could never have done that. I couldn't have got up and just ran the marathon. There's no way. But I ran the marathon because I spent the year working 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes. Same thing in our business. The same thing with a script or a dialogue. The same thing with previewing property. The same thing with going to see expireds and for sale by owners. It's exactly the same thing. We build on our successes. That's what we're talking in here. So start small. Pick one thing that you see you can improve on and be better at with discipline. And then do it for the next 6 work days. That's what we have. We have 6 work days. Just do that for the next 6 work days on some small discipline. And then let's add to that over the next 6 days. So then we start with the second half of the year. So what do I want to work on? What can I do for this next week? What script, what line in the script can I learn? What can I focus on? What can I do? I wrote down here, think about this. Goals are my destination. My business plan is my map. So my goals is where I want to go. My business plan is my map. It's how I'm going to get there. What streets am I going to go down? What scripts do I need to learn? Where do I need to work? If I want to raise my price point, What do I need to do? What activities do I need to do to raise my price point slightly? Who do I need to emulate? What books do I need to read? What positive things do I need to pour into my head? I wrote down here, my skills then are my vehicle. I have my goal, I have my map, and now I have my skills. And I keep working on those skills every day, every week, every month. Every day, every week, every month. And then discipline is my fuel. Discipline is the fuel. It gets me going every day and carries me through, even on the days I don't feel like doing what I'm supposed to do. And my commitment is the attitude that says no matter what the road looks like, I will get to my destination. No matter what the road looks like, I will get to my destination. I may go left, I may go right. I may have to go around the city. I may have to go take a boat across the harbor to get done what needs to be done. But I'm going to do that. My commitment is the attitude that says no matter what the road looks like, I will get to my destination. So I have my map, I have my goals, I have my map, I have my skills or my vehicle, I have my discipline, and I have my commitment. Then I wrote down here, there are two types of people in life, ladies and gentlemen. Two types. Those who make commitments and those who keep commitments. Those who make them and those who keep them. Those who make commitments and those who keep commitments. You have 6 work days to the end of the first half of 2014. If you don't like where you are, you have an opportunity to change it right now, today, by simply picking up a phone, by simply going and do some door knocking, by simply opening up your book and working on your scripts and dialogues. Very simple. And work on the discipline, just like I did in getting ready, prepared to work on the marathon. If you can't go see 5 houses a day, 5 days a week right now, because it's just not something you can do, then go see 3 today. Go see 3 today for the next 6 days. And then after the 6th day, start the new half and go to 4. And do 4 for another week or 2. And then go to 5. Do you guys get where I'm at?
Yes.
2 types of people, those who make commitments and those who keep commitments. Which are you going to be? Your choice. I hope you choose being a person that keeps a commitment. 2014 is going to be, the rest of this year, going to be a little bit of a winding road. It's going to be good at the end of the year for those of us that do what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it. But those of you that don't, and you're looking for that magic pill, good luck. But those of you that are with us, that are focused with us, that are consistent with us, that do the things that need to be done on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, are going to end up 2014 a spectacular year. Now let's go out and make it happen. Thank you.